silver, gold, platinum, all for the long-term road, my friends. A long-term road or hold. I'm going to explain what I mean by that. You see a bare space in this video, right down the middle. Nothing here, right? I'm going to explain why. We got to keep stacking. Little by little wins the race. Help me out with the thumbs up. Share this video with others. Let's get the information out. Don't forget about the Pimbex giveaway. Coming up on July 4th, 2025. We're going to be giving away 14 ounces of silver. You must be subscribed to win. We got the Pimbex deals. We got one that's not really a deal, but they're back in stock. I want to let that you boys and girls know they have them back in stock. I know there's a couple people have emailed me about this, trying to get the message out to everybody. Let's get into the video right now. Couple reasons for this video. One of my mods sponsored this, not really sponsored, but inspired me to do this video. And a couple of the customers at the shop inspired me to do this video. Let me explain. Couple customers at the shop come in. They had a good amount of silver. They had about 375 ounces of silver this morning. So, they wanted to sell it. They're worried about the price. Again, we asked them. Of course, people don't need to tell us anything. It's the reason why you're selling it for. Why you want to sell it? Well, we're afraid it's going to drop in price. We cannot. Are you going to sell your stocks if they go down? Are you going to sell your 401k if it goes down? You're going to no. Why would you do that with silver and gold? If you don't need the fiat dollars that we're using right now, that are becoming more and more worthless, and if you're going to go stick it in the bank and get whatever interest rate you're going to get, it's crazy. In my opinion, that is just crazy thinking. You got to hang on to this. You got to hang on to your silver. You got to hang on to your gold. You got to hang on to your platinum. So I sat down with them and talked with them. Sometimes you just have to talk with people and explain. It's not because you got silver and gold 2-3 years ago, you're going to sell it today. For what? If you don't need to sell it, don't sell it. I understand that people are getting in emergencies. People are worried about the $50 silver mark. People are worried gold's going to go to $4,000 and go, I'm going to sell that $4,000. I'm going to sell it $5,000. I'm going to sell it $6,000. I'm going to sell it $65 silver. I'm going to sell platinum at $2,000. Whatever your number is. You know, when this dollar fails, when this thing really does fail, and you just gave it up, your silver, your gold, your platinum, then what? What happens if they say, sometime next year, 2026, maybe 2027, maybe 2029, whatever. When this thing fails and they say you got a year to convert it into digital currencies, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you got no precious metals left? You need something outside the system. It's for the long haul. Think about that. You're going to have something tangible outside of the system or the government system. You have to. Because if you don't, you're just going to be involved with the system 100%. I don't want to be involved with the system 100%. I want to be able to go down to the farmer's market and not put my finger, my thumbprint, you know, or maybe an eyeball retina thing to charge my credit card, or maybe we get chips in us. Whatever the case may be, that day might be coming too. Just throwing that out there. Look, people using their cell phones, tap, tap, tap to pay for their crap and get out of the store. Welcome to Walmart, get your crap and get out, right? You're tapping with your cell phone. Okay, that's all fine. That's all fine and dandy. You lose your cell phone, you're up a creek without a paddle. What happens if your phone's not working and you need something at the store? We need something physical. That's the point of it all. That's where silver and gold comes in. I'm not saying you're going to be able to go use it at Walmart or Target or your local or your chain, national chain grocery stores, whatever you have in your area. Down here it's Publix, out west is Safeway. You know, you got Kroger in the Midwest, you got Kroger down here, you got Shaw's and Market Basket up north, up in the New England states, you got Fred Meyer's, you got Piggly Wiggly's. I know I'm missing a bunch of grocery stores. I apologize. You got Brookshire's in Texas. You got all these Safeways. You know, this is just whatever. Save-A-Lots. Wherever you're located in. I think I covered most of them. Albertsons, another one. You get the point. You might not be able to use silver and gold there. But if someone's stocked up on merchandising, you know they have stock, you can trade in silver or gold. That's the point. It's for the long haul. You know, you're not going to sell your stocks at a young age. You're not going to sell your 401k at a young age. We got to keep our silver and gold close to our hands. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. I challenge people. This is a challenge. Get out there in July, sometime in July. Get out to your local farmers markets. Get out to your local restaurants. And I'm not talking your chain restaurants either. Get out to your local butcher shops. Do this in July. I got a challenge. Try to educate one person that owns a business in your local area about silver, gold, platinum. Show them my 90% market watch report. Say, if you have a Sigma, and I know everybody don't have a Sigma, but if you know how to use one, say, I'm willing to train you and your staff how to use that Sigma if you're willing to accept silver and gold. Look, we don't need laws for people to accept silver and gold. I'll train your staff. In return, give me some hamburger meats, give me some steaks, whatever. Give me a gift card to your business. That's how you get people educated. This is how you get people involved. This is how we stop the melt too of a 90% silver, my friends. This is how we do it. Explain to them it's for the long haul. Explain to them what silver, gold, platinum, copper even has gone up in so-called fiat dollars in price since the beginning of the year. That's a challenge. Who's with me on that? We can start all kinds of challenges we want. We got to wake up the population. Have the business put a sign. We accept silver as payment. 90% silver as payment. Let's get the blood flowing out there. Let's make this go all around the world. Maybe you don't have 90% silver in your country. Maybe you got 80% silver. Maybe you got 80% silver. You got 90% silver. You got 70% silver. Whatever silver content is in your older coins, educate the people in your local areas. Maybe they will take a silver eagle. Maybe they will take a cougaran. Maybe they will take an Australian kookaburra if you live in Australia. You don't need laws in your local areas to, if people are willing to take it, they can just ring up as cash. They can hold it themselves. They can hold it themselves. When the crap hits the fan, they got some silver too. Let's get the ball rolling. That's how we can get, you want silver price to go up? This will help silver price go up. This will help silver price go up. We're not going to be melting it down, sending off to China or India to make bombs or electronics with our 90% silver or any other type of silver. We're just sending all our silver to overseas. It's for the long haul. The long road. That is what it's for. That's what the thumbnail is for. It's not just about silver. It's about gold. It's about platinum. It's about copper. It's about our money. Always will be money. This digitalized Bitcoin, meme coin crap, it's worthless. It's digits on the screen. How are you going to use that when the power goes out? How are you going to use it if that system fails itself? The big system that controls all this. If that system goes down, then what? You're up a creek without a paddle. If you can't hold it in your hand, you don't own it. You don't own it. Be careful of bank vaults. Be careful of bank security boxes. That bank closes. How are you going to get it out? Your branch closes. Again, you're up a creek without a paddle. You got to make an appointment, and hopefully it's still there when they let you back in that branch, if they let you back in that branch. Maybe you got to drive 50, 55 miles to the next branch. Oh, we just transferred over here. Well, what happens if you don't have a car? Is it really safe? Is it really safe? Let's get into what the Pimbex got to offer real quick. So thank you, channel sponsor Pimbex. They got the Engelhart rounds back in stock as a recording of this video. We talked about this afternoon's video. 20 to 99 counts, 39.84. They don't have a lot in stock. I had probably had about 6 emails after they ran out. You know when Pimbex is going to get them on? Do you know when Pimbex is going to get them back in stock? They're back in. I don't know when they get stuff back in. They don't really know. They just put it on the website when it pops back in stock. They have them back in stock. So if you're interested, you can get less than 20. The price is a little bit higher, of course. But 20 to 99 count is $39.84. Take a look. They're underneath the silver rounds. They also have Mercury silver dimes. Dollar face, $26.56. You must get $30 face or more to get this price locked in. So yeah, you can get $30 face. You can get $35 face. As long as $30 or more, you're going to get locked in for this price. Grab them up while they're still available. Roosevelt silver dimes, 5 rolls or more. $132.50 per roll. They're going back with the Easter deal, my friends. They bring the 5 roll special back, $25 face here. You want to add another extra roll, you can go throw in as long as 5 rolls or more. Let's clean house at Pimbex. Let's clean the shelves out. Stop the melt continues. Peace dollars. They have been sold out. Come back, sold out, come back. 1 to 19 count is $31.25. 20 or plus is $30.55. Morgan dollars 1921s. 1 to 19 count is $31.75. 20 or more is $31.05. Pick them up if you're able to. You're not going to find those dollar deals any cheaper, I don't believe, online. And why do I have an empty space here? I know I've been taunting this since the beginning of the video, right? All right, I got room here. You add a little bit more to your stack. You add a little bit more at a time. You add a little bit more at a time. You add a little bit more at a time. And when that does happen, I'll just dump them all out. When that does happen, you fill that space. You've done it. You made your goal. Little by little wins the race, my friends. It does not happen overnight. My stack didn't grow overnight. It didn't grow in a month. It didn't grow in 2 months. It didn't grow in 3 months. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes dollars too. Once you start stacking, my friends, you're going to learn very quickly. You're going to be more judgmental of what you're buying out there if it's not silver and gold. You're going to go to the store. Maybe you go to the electronics department. Maybe you go to the hardware department. Maybe if you're a female, you're going to arts and crafts department and say, do I really need this right now? Or whether I take the money to purchase more silver and gold for my stack. You're going to start thinking like that. Price everything in silver or gold. Think about that. When you go to the stores, and I'm not talking about your food as much. I'm talking about more of your wants. Do I want this or do I need this? If it's more of a want, you might want to think before you make that purchase. You can always get that later. This stuff may start flying off the shelves, may start upticking in price. They're not making no more 90% silver. Not making anymore. They can make all the rounds they want, right? They can make all the rounds they want. They can make all the silver this Canadian bars they want. They can make all the graded coins they want. What else do I got? They can make more silver bars all they want. Any design, whatever you choose, right? They can make these all gosh darn day long. But 90% silver is not coming back. And we're melting our history. And it's a shame. It's a shame that shops and pawn shops are either sending it to the melter, the smelters, or we got coin shops and pawn shops cracking them out of the cases. A crying shame. Shameful on them. Destroying our history. And please don't get on the comment section, well, if you don't want that, go buy it then. We can only buy so much. We are buying what we can. We are. The true stackers are buying what they can. So yes, we are doing our part. How about the ones who say, oh, go buy it if you don't want melt it down? Are you doing your part? We are doing our part. It's not a lot of money out there. I get it. But we get what we can when we can. That is how we do it. And it's don't matter if you go to your local coin shop. I've said this before. You get a couple silver quarters at a time. You get a couple silver dimes at a time. You get a couple silver dimes. Maybe you get a Morgan a piece dollar while you're there. If that's all you can afford, no matter what you can afford, don't be ashamed. That's all you can afford. I love it when you folks put it in the comment section. I was able to get $1.50 worth of junk silver. I was able to get 20 war nickels. I was able to get 10 war nickels. I was able to get 4, 5, 40% silver half dollars. I was able to get 50 cents worth of 90% silver dimes. Whatever. It's all helping. It's in your hands. It's not in the fire pit. Getting burnt up. Gone forever. Let's protect our history. Silver, gold, platinum, all for the long-term hold, the long road. And yes, my friends, it is a long, sometimes boring road to get there. But this is what our future holds. We got to get back to real money. Not this fantasy money that everybody believes it's money. When it's been devalued over the years. Look it up if you don't believe me. Educate your friends. Educate your family. Because when it goes all goodbye, you don't want to, you just want to be home and see what's going on the news. I'll put it that way. And yes, the news, mainstream media is not always telling you the truth. If you folks have any questions for me about silver, gold, or platinum, reach out to me. I'm always happy to help you out. It's free of charge. Ask away. If you're new, especially if you're new. If you're not new, it's okay. I don't know everything. Trust me. Sometimes I gotta look up stuff. Rare coins. Foreign coins. I'm learning about all that too. You know, nobody knows everything. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. But I can tell you for sure, and I can guarantee you this, they're not making 90% silver no more. I can guarantee you that. Coin Shop Chris is out. We will see you in the morning.